Your Storm Station forecast with meteorologist Malcolm Byron.
We showed you this really cool shot over our tower cam a few minutes ago. How about we put some motion onto it? Show you the time lapse, and you can see those two showers merging into one, and you can see them generally drifting west and west-northwest. And it's despite a huge ridge of high pressure in our upper atmosphere influencing our weather. It's comprised of warmer air aloft, typically more stability associated with that, and that tends to limit shower and thunderstorm development. But there's an important thing to note. That ridge is not on top of us. It's actually centered to our northeast. And since we are on the southern side of it, some disturbances can ride the southern periphery and excite showers and thunderstorms. And that's exactly what we're seeing along the Gulf Coast right now, where you can see enhanced water vapor actually out over the open water, but we're sort of getting clipped by it here in the first few hundred miles inland. So that's the current radar perspective. Really two zones for activity at this hour, right along I-12 and I-10 west of Baton Rouge and Highway 90. We'll call that isolated coverage. We'll maintain this for the next couple of hours, but generally these storms should fade away moving into the evening. I won't rule out a stray thunderstorm getting up closer to, let's say, 10 o'clock, even though Futurecast gets rid of the rain entirely, because I think our atmosphere, the environment that we have, does support that. But after we're done with the rain, skies do turn mostly clear. Even overnight, I can't rule out a stray shower entirely, mainly south of I-10, closer to the coast. So don't let that surprise you if you're watching out in that direction. But tomorrow afternoon, that's when we see the activity really bubbling up again, and we have another day with isolated showers and thunderstorms. Then those should generally quiet down moving into the evening hours. We've got moisture tomorrow. Look at this, all that blue over Louisiana. Moisture level at a 1.9, slightly above the average of 1.7. Now into Wednesday, watch this. You're going to see these lighter shades of blue nosing their way into southeast Louisiana. Then the moisture level goes slightly below average. And with that intrusion of dry air, we've got less moisture, and that means slightly less rain. You're going to see that reflected on the Storm Station 7-day forecast in just a moment. So for tonight, 74 degrees, maybe a spotty shower or storm, but generally speaking, I think most of us are dealing with clearing skies. And then into tomorrow, a toasty one before rain gets going, 93 degrees. What's new? It's always hot and humid in the summertime before the rain does indeed get going. There is your Storm Station 7-day forecast. Hey, how about 95 degrees on Wednesday? A 10% rain coverage in response to that drier air, and then we'll gradually work our rain coverages back up slightly on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, opening up the door for a little more moisture to work its way back into the area, and as a result, highs come down just a little bit. Overnight lows don't, though, in the mid-70s, indicative of that muggy air mass staying in place. Hey, in 1 hour, we'll be tracking the tropics. If you've been watching over the weekend, there was actually a system to track. Maybe a storm developing by the end of the day. We'll let you know the latest on what's going out in the central Atlantic in 1 hour. You're watching the news at 4 o'clock. We'll take a break and be right back.